This is crazy, and this is just kind of one of those things you can't really dispute and just say, oh, it's a coincidence. So this morning, me and my dad were talking again about being able to be bold for the gospel, being able to talk to people about God. And he was just kind of talking about how he doesn't know everything. He doesn't know how to answer some of these hard questions. And he just kind of locks up and just doesn't know what to say. And I was just trying to explain to him, like, it's not always about that. You can still be bold for God. You can still be a representation to people and show it through their actions. And I don't even know how we ended up talking about that. But then right after that, we go to church this morning, and then the pastor's talking about Philip the disciple and talking about how he was a little bit timid too, talking about how he wasn't always as bold because he didn't really know everything, but how he still was a strong mouthpiece for Jesus. How he was still a strong representation for Jesus, even though he didn't know anything. He didn't have no Bible knowledge. He didn't know nothing, but he was still a strong person to represent Jesus. And me and my dad looked at each other, and I was like, dude, what are the odds that today he chooses to talk about this? Out of all the things he could have talked about, he talks about this specific thing. And I'm like, there's no way that's not coincidence. We get out of church, I'm talking to my dad about it. I'm like, dude, what are the odds of that? And he's like, yeah, you know what's even crazier yet? So this would be the third thing that lined up. He said that where he's watching from a Chosen right now is where Philip is asking Jesus, or Jesus is asking Philip about how is he going to get the fish and the loaves to feed the 5,000. Like, he's asking him where he's going to buy them. And Philip's he's super logical. Like us, we try and think in human math and think of how we're going to do it. And he's like, there's no way we can do it. But basically, my dad was watching that scene. That's really what we were talking about in church. And I'm like, what are the odds of this stuff, bro? So basically what I'm trying to tell you is, and what God's trying to tell my dad is, you don't have to be a Bible scholar. You don't have to go to seminary to be able to talk about Jesus. Start talking to people about Jesus. If Jesus saved you, if Jesus changed your life, I don't care if you don't have any Bible knowledge. I don't care if you haven't read through all the Gospels. But if you've seen the own testimony of your own life, share it with people and let it change their life too, bro. I love y'all and have a blessed day.